Welcome to this week's edition of Friday Fuel. My name is Tiffany Lyman, and I'm going to be your host for this session. The Friday Fuel segments are created and prepared by myself and my co facilitator, Sarah Nickelberry. You can learn more about myself and Sarah, and you can engage with us by logging into our Facebook group, and you can find us there by going to yourbusinessfuel.com. Again, www.yourbusinessfuel.com will take you to the Facebook group that is facilitated by myself and Sarah, and you can engage with us on a daily basis as well as the other valuable members of that group. So it's a great place for knowledge sharing, to ask questions that you have, and also just to learn more tips and techniques that you can use to keep your business moving forward. So what Friday Fuel is, if you haven't participated before, is it is a weekly resource where we provide you with new tools, new tips, new trainings that will help you to keep your business in motion. What we try to provide you with every Friday is something that you can implement in your business right away that's going to help you to optimize the way that your business is running. So let's get started. This week, we want to introduce you to another one of our favorite tools. So this week's tool is called BufferApp. And Sarah and I love BufferApp because it helps you, first of all, to save time. And we know that time is one of the biggest challenges that a lot of business owners face when it comes to being able to implement an effective social media strategy. We also love it because of the integration. So efficiency happens a lot if you are able to integrate the tool that you're using with some of the other tools. So something that's able to talk to all of your social media profiles or allow those profiles to talk to one another, that's going to be something that we are going to highly recommend. Another thing that it is that it's easy to use. You can download BufferApp and start using it right away. And this last one is probably going to be one of your favorite reasons why you love BufferApp, and that it's free. So BufferApp does have a paid version, but everything that I'm going to talk to you about today, you can do using the free version. Let's talk a little bit about social media activity. I looked up a couple of different stats just to see what the majority of the thought leaders and the research companies say with regards to small business social media activity. And what I found was that the majority of them state that you should post something to Twitter at least 1 to 4 times per day, Facebook 2 to 5 times per day, and LinkedIn at least 1 time per day. And that's for a LinkedIn update. So in total, if we look at that, if we posted to Twitter 4 times, Facebook 5 times, and LinkedIn 1 time, that would be 10 posts per day. And that's not even counting any activity that we're doing within our Facebook and LinkedIn groups. That's not counting retweets or comments that we're making to what other people are posting. This is just our content that we're posting online. So if we worked from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, we would have to stop on each hour and make sure that we were posting once in each of those hours. That would be great if all we did was sit in front of the computer all day. But even somebody who's a geek like me is not sitting in front of the computer for 10 straight hours of every single day. So how do you make sure that you get those 10 posts in, that you spread them out across the day, and that you keep them consistent from day to day, but you're still interacting with clients and doing whatever the revenue generating activities are for your business? You can use BufferApp. So here's how BufferApp works, and here's how it's going to help you to reach those goals that we just talked about. First thing is that BufferApp is something that is going to help you to integrate all of your tools. So within BufferApp, you are able to connect to your Facebook profile, either your personal one or your business page, your Twitter profile, and your LinkedIn profile. So that's 3 profiles that you can connect to using the free version of BufferApp. Now, for a small amount of money, you can also choose up to 12 profiles. So if you wanted to add in other social media profiles, or maybe you have multiple Twitter profiles or multiple Facebook profiles and you wanted to integrate all of those, you can do that for a small fee. And I believe it is $10 per month that you would need to upgrade to in order for you to go up to 12 total profiles in BufferApp. Next, in terms of integration, is that BufferApp can be integrated right into your browser. So in our last segment, we talked about the power of using browser extensions and bookmarklets. BufferApp has one of those bookmarklets. So if you see where I've circled here, you see that there's a little, looks like stacks of paper, and that is the BufferApp icon. So when I'm online, if I click on that, what automatically happens is that it pulls up a box that pulls in the link of the page that I'm on. So if I want to send a post that includes that link, the link is already there. If I don't, I can just go ahead and delete that. So maybe something that I read on this particular page reminded me of something that I want to post. All I would need to do is click on that little app and delete what's in here, type what I want to type, choose which profile I want to use, and then I could either post it now or add it to the buffer. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. And I'll put a link below this video that will help you to install the bookmarklet. So it'll be a link just like last week. Another reason we love BufferApp is because it's simple to use. So you just saw the box that pops up. And again, all you need to do is decide what you want to post and then choose, do I want to post it now? If you click on post now, it'll post to the profile or profiles that you've chosen, or you can choose to buffer it, which is to schedule it later. Let me talk to you a little bit about buffering. So buffering is basically the word that we use to say that you are going to schedule this for later. So you can decide that you are going to create a schedule. When you go into your buffer tool, you can actually create a schedule in the buffer tool that shows how many times per day you want to post and what times per day you want to post. So you can choose if you want to post only in LinkedIn 1 time per day, but say Twitter 5 times a day. You can go into the LinkedIn profile and choose 1 time, then go to Twitter and choose 5 separate times. And what will happen is as you start to add things to the buffer or to the queue, it'll just go to the next available position. So let's say you've decided that in Twitter, you want to post at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 5 o'clock. The first time that you go in and you click on something that you want to buffer, when you click on buffer, it's going to go to the first available slot, which would be 12 o'clock. And then it'll follow the same way. Once it gets to 5 o'clock, that means all of your posts for today are done. The next one that you put in there is going to go towards the next day. So you can probably already think about how you can maybe spend 1 hour on, let's say, a Sunday, and you can go through and start creating and curating your content and start putting it into your buffer. And that'll help you to fill the queue for every single day of the upcoming week. So that's really a great way for you to schedule posts. You can schedule them for random times. You can change it up and you can have it post for different times on your weekends versus weekdays. You can skip days. You can have a different scheduling time for every single day of the week. So it's very, very flexible in how you can create your schedule. Once the schedule is created, when you click on buffer, that post will just go into the next available slot. So it's very, very easy to use. Some more pieces of integration that you can have within Buffer. So once you have signed up for Buffer and you have connected your accounts, what you're going to see is that when you're on your computer and you go into Twitter, when you click on retweet, what's going to come up is a box that looks like what you see on your screen now. And it's going to say retweet in blue, which means that if you click on that, whatever you're going to retweet, it'll do it right away. Or you can buffer the retweet. So again, you can fill the buffer in many different ways, and you can do this directly from Twitter. This is why we love integrated apps or apps that have a great ability to talk to the social media profiles that you're working within, because this does not require you to have to copy and paste this into any other place or anything else, because all you would need to do is go into your regular Twitter and click on this, and you can either buffer it or post it now. Another reason why we love Buffer is because of the analytics. So we say this many times that you can't manage what you don't measure. So in terms of measurement, the things that you are actually posting now or putting into your buffer queue within the app, they are going to stay in a history, and you're actually going to be able to scroll down and look at each day and see how many people retweeted a particular post, how many mentions you had, what was the potential reach, etc., etc. So this is another good way for you to be able to tell what your market likes. When people retweet, you'll be able to see which people, when they retweet what you are putting in, give you the largest reach. So it's a good way for you to see in a snapshot exactly what it is that your audience is responding best to. So again, it has this analytics component, and it'll help you to look in a snapshot, and this will be account by account. So that's basically what I wanted to talk to you about in terms of introduction to this Buffer app. Of course, we're going to keep this conversation going throughout the week. There are some other tools that you can integrate with Buffer app, or some other ways that you can use Buffer app that will help you to optimize your posts and optimize the way that you're utilizing the tool. And so we'll continue to talk about that as we keep this conversation going throughout the week. Again, if you want to be a part of that conversation, you would need to join the group on Facebook. You can find that group at www.yourbusinessfuel.com. If you have some questions about social media or about business development or marketing that you want to ask us and that you want us to feature in a future segment, be sure to send us an email at fuel@pearlsinpursuit.com, or you can simply submit a tweet using the hashtag BizFuel, and that tweet will come right to us, and we'll either answer that question for you right away, or we'll use it for another segment. So until next week, we encourage you to stay fueled, stay engaged, and stay in motion.